Fala galera, tudo bem com vocês? Sejam bem-vindos mais uma vez ao Therapy or Just Hobby, seu canal de internet sobre 40k e Wargames em geral. Dessa vez nós vamos fazer uma entrevista aí, vai ser a nossa primeira entrevista internacional com o Jonathan Mary. O Jonathan, ele é o capitão oficial do time de Bloodbowl da África do Sul, então eu tive o prazer de jogar com eles lá quando eu morei na África do Sul e eles tiveram a oportunidade de participar do campeonato mundial de Bloodbowl, agora que aconteceu na Áustria, no começo do mês, e aí eu resolvi chamá-lo para bater esse papo com a gente, falar um pouco sobre a experiência deles, de ter ido nesse campeonato. Vocês vão ver um campeonato assim gigantesco, tem muita gente participando, e aí nós vamos falar um pouco aí de como ele começou, a experiência dele no campeonato e tudo mais, beleza? Então é isso aí. Aproveitem para pintar suas miniaturas, cliquem em gostei, deixem seus comentários, assistam os vídeos do canal e espero que gostem. É isso aí, fiquem ligados. Um grande abraço, valeu! Bloodbowl é um jogo da Games Workshop também. Ele replica aí um cenário de um jogo de futebol americano, só que ele é um jogo um pouco mais interessante do que o próprio futebol americano, né? Onde você tem os times aí que de fato se atacam, né, para tentar, dentro de uma certa regra, para tentar vencer o jogo aí e fazer os touchdowns. Então, para quem quiser dar uma olhada, tem o site oficial do Bloodbowl, tá? Então fala aqui um pouco, você consegue ver o vídeo, consegue ver, também tem um how to play, fala um pouco sobre as raças, os times e tudo mais. Tem alguns downloads aqui de FAQs, cartas e alguns wallpapers também, tá? Então, para quem estiver interessado, dá uma olhada nessa página oficial do Bloodbowl, e também na página da Games Workshop. Você consegue entrar lá na parte de Boxed Games e ver tudo que tem aqui disponível de Bloodbowl, tá? Então esse daqui é um time novo que saiu agora, dos Lizardmen. Então tem bastante coisa, dados especiais, os pitches, cartas e miniaturas e tudo mais. É isso aí. Então vamos à nossa entrevista. Vamos lá, até mais. Alright, hi Jonathan, how are you, my friend?
Yeah, I'm doing great, thank you. Yeah, it's good to be talking to you.
Yeah, thanks a lot for being here in our channel. I think this is the first time that we are doing an international interview in a different language, and yeah, it's good to have you here.
Looking forward to it.
You are a quite good friend, and we had some good matches in South Africa in the past, right?
Yeah, we did, yes.
Yeah, and okay, good. Thank you very much for coming. Guys, for you to know, Jonathan is a good friend of mine. He's a kind of a captain of the South African team of Bloodbowl, and the idea here is to talk about it, to talk about more about the hobby, about the Bloodbowl, and then about the World Cup that the South African team, they went there to play this month, right? Was this month in Germany?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Good. Thanks.
Yeah, it was in Austria, actually.
Austria. Oh, that's good. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, Jonathan, let's start.
Yeah.
Tell me about
Cool.
Jonathan. Tell me about when did you start playing Blood Bowl and why?
Yeah. Okay, well, I started Blood Bowl. The first time I ever played Blood Bowl was 1989.
No,
long time ago.
You're kidding. 89.
No, 89.
Wow.
Yeah, I actually got sent a free copy of the rules from Games Workshop. I ordered some miniatures from them, and they just included a copy of the rules for whatever reason. So that was actually first edition when it first came out. And I read the rules, and it looked like fun. I enjoy games like rugby. I enjoyed Warhammer Fantasy, and this was a nice mix of the two.
Okay,
So it looked like something fun to play. So I drew up my own pitch. I cut out little counters to count as the teams, and I just put it together and started playing. Learned the rules. Didn't have anyone to play against, but just started playing two different teams against each other, and I really enjoyed it. And just went on from there. Then bought the second edition rules, probably 4 years later or something like that. Got into playing that, and just pretty much been playing ever since.
Wow, that's cool.
Had a break, for 3 or 4 years here and there, but yeah, partially playing.
Can I say that you were the first guy playing Blood Bowl in South Africa? Can I say that?
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. It's the first person I knew that was playing. So I introduced it to quite a lot of people. So yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Yeah, good. And how is the Blood Bowl community now in South Africa? I remember when I was there. I remember was a plenty.
It's okay.
Yeah. No, I was saying that when I was there, was a plenty of guys playing Blood Bowl, especially because of the release of this new edition. But how is it now?
The new set, yeah. So in Johannesburg, where I am, we've probably got anywhere between, in the league that I run, we have anywhere between 10 and 30 players generally playing in it.
Yeah.
There was a nice spike when the new edition was released, and you were actually playing in the league, and I think we had about 33, 35 players at that stage.
Only Joburg, right? Only Joburg.
Goes up and goes down. It all depends, yeah, in Johannesburg. So there was a mixture of Johannesburg and Pretoria, those two leagues.
Yeah.
But we probably have around about 20 players who play regularly in the league. And then I know in Cape Town, they've also had a nice explosion of players as well. And they've got 2 or 3 leagues running, actually, with about 30 to 40 players in total as well. So there's a decent number actually playing.
It's awesome.
It's a matter of trying to get everyone together and play at the same time. That's the problem, because a lot of people play for a bit, then they drop out for a while, then they come back.
Yeah.
But,
I think especially with the new release from Games Workshop, a lot of different games coming out, and then the people stop playing Blood Bowl. This is my case, for example.
Yeah.
I stopped playing Blood Bowl for a while. But seriously, I have like 2 boxes here just waiting to be assembled and start playing again.
Yeah, it does. And things like Kill Team comes out and they start playing that, or they get involved in some other game system, Saga or something, and people go off and play that for a while. And they enjoy something new, and then they get bored of that and they come back and play Blood Bowl or another system which they haven't played for a while and they miss. So yeah, I think it's normal. I'm just one of those people that plays Blood Bowl all the time, so I enjoy it. So
but
I've always been a player.
Yeah, you play anything else other than the Blood Bowl, or this is the only game that you play like that?
So I play a few game systems. So I play Flames of War, which is a World War II gaming system. I play Saga, which is sort of historical, ancient war gaming. They also have a fantasy version of that as well now, sort of skirmish gaming. I play Kings of War, which is your big mass rank troop battles, which kind of has replaced Warhammer Fantasy Battle since that died and became Age of Sigmar. What else do I play? I play a lot of board games as well. So we have a board gaming group that we play almost every week. We play a bunch of board games, mostly sort of war game based type of things. We enjoy that type of deal. That's mostly what I'm into. And then Blood Bowl is kind of a constant that I've played throughout the year. I run the league, which is we have 2 seasons every year. I tend to run 2 or 3 tournaments every year as well, for people to play in. So yeah, it's fairly busy, keeps me going.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. And the board game community in South Africa is huge also, right? It's huge.
It is big, yeah. That's really grown massive. It's definitely bigger than the wargaming community, like tabletop wargaming. So board games have become really big. Yeah, there's a lot happening there.
I think the first time that we met was in Warzone, right? The place that the guys used to play, and there was a weekend. It was a board game weekend, something like that. It was huge. The crowd, wow! I never seen something like that before.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
So now there's a shop that's really busy that organizes those things once a month. They have a big, like, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They play board games for the entire time, and they have hundreds of people. I mean, I don't know exactly, but 300-400 people come through on that weekend alone, just play board games the entire time. So yeah, it really is big. It's something which has grown a lot, and also it's great because you can involve the entire family. So you and your wife can play. You can bring in the children; they play. So it's really good in that sense.
Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah.
And by the way, I'm so sad that the Battle Wizards, the shopping in the store in Pretoria, they closed the store, right? A few months ago, something like that.
Yeah, they did. So they sort of sold up and got rid of all their stuff. It is a bit of a problem actually for wargaming, in that there's very few shops that you can actually go to and buy stuff. Everything's almost all online. I don't know what it's like in Brazil, but
no, we don't have
Johannesburg, and there's a few in Cape Town, but in Johannesburg there's almost no shops, and we buy everything online.
Yeah, so, that's sad.
The way it goes.
That's really sad. No, I would say that the situation comparing Brazil and South Africa is much easier to find board games, even though you order online, or I mean war games, whatever.
Yeah.
You order online, but you receive. It's easy to receive at your house. In Brazil, it's still quite expensive, and the post office is not working very well, I would say. So it's not so reliable. South Africa is much better.
Yeah, we use people like Aramex or DHL to deliver our stuff, because if it goes through the actual post office, it also tends to get lost or take months to get here. So yeah, I think we're in a similar situation.
Similar.
So
very
it's not
similar.
the best, but yeah.
And I was really sad.
You need to.
Yeah, I was really sad because when I start to go to South Africa, the first place that I went was the Battle Wizards store to buy some X-Wing stuff.
Yes.
And then I start to make friends there and playing with the guys. And then I start to play Blood Bowl. And after that, I would say that I start to buy again my Warhammer stuff. So yeah. So South Africa made me play Warhammer again, I would say.
That's great. Yeah, that's awesome. That's really good.
Okay, dude. And tell me about this dream to join the World Cup of Blood Bowl. How many times you went there to play? Tell us about it. I think it's a very interesting thing to say.
Cool. So I mean, I'd heard of the World Cup happening, because the first one was in 2007. It happened in Nottingham in England. I heard of it. It was 200 odd people, and I thought, wow, it's amazing, 200 players in one place. You know, that must be incredible to take part. And I always thought, one day I'm gonna take part and play in that. Then they had another one. I think it was around about 400 people took part, 400 or 500 people. I think that was in Holland. I think, I'm not too sure. And then the next one was going to be in Lucca, which is in Italy, in 2015. And I wasn't going to go through, but the organizers actually got a hold of me and asked, would I like to attend? They would give me like free access, basically. So they would sponsor me to actually play in the tournament. Obviously, I have to pay my flights and accommodation. So there was all of that.
Wow.
And I thought, yeah, that's nice, but I probably still won't take part because it's still expensive. It's a long way to travel. It's a lot of money. But I chatted with my girlfriend, and we thought, well, what the hell? Let's go and have a holiday in Italy. And while I'm there, I can play some Blood Bowl.
That's fantastic.
So we worked it out. We did a 3-week holiday in Italy. We drove all the way down from Milan through Lucca to Florence to Rome. You know, we did a whole tour, which was great.
That's fantastic.
And I got to play in the World Cup. So it was a fantastic experience having a holiday in a great country like Italy. And then we got to play in the city of Lucca was an incredible place. So that it was a dream really to do it. So I didn't think I'd ever really play, but the opportunity came. And I thought, I've just got to grab it and go with it. So that was the first one that I attended.
When was that?
2015.
2015.
2015, yeah.
2015, okay.
And then after that, I played in a team. So I was just playing on my own. I just signed up and said, just sign me up to any team that needs a player, basically. And I joined a bunch of, I think it was 4 Italian guys, 2 guys from Malta, and then myself. So it was just a mixed team of people. And then after that World Cup, I decided that I was going to do the next World Cup. Going to happen for sure. I started saving money every month. I put some money aside, so I saved money so that I could do it. And I wanted to go over with an African team. So I wanted a team made up of African players. So I tried to get a lot of the guys in the local league to play, and that I play with, to come with me. In the end, I only actually got one of them to come with from. Actually, in Johannesburg, there was Stan, who you also know.
Yes.
Then I managed to track down a player who used to play with us many years ago, who lives in London now. So he's still a South African, so he joined the team. So that was 3 of us. We had a few other people that were looking to join, but they kind of fell away. So we had to fill the team with couple of Swedish players, and a guy from Germany. But still, we were the African Impies was our name. So we got the team together, which was really cool. It was nice to actually have like a team representing the country, you know. And it's still the only team from Africa at all that's ever played in the World Cup. And then basically Stan, myself, and Neil, who's the guy who lives in London, and the 3 African players who ever played in the World Cup. So yeah, I mean, it was nice to actually organise a team and have something which had an identity which was African and was our own, you know, as opposed to being in another team. So that was a good choice.
And I believe the guys, everybody there was very surprised about having an Africa team playing Blood Bowl. Eh?
Yeah, there were certainly at the World Cup in Lucca when I first went. They were all quite shocked that there was someone from Africa playing. You know, I got interviewed there as well. They actually came and spoke to me. I got given a special prize on the stage, you know, at the end of the World Cup, just to say, "Wow, thank you for attending." You know, so yeah, it was really cool. It was very nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, definitely enjoyed it.
And how many people, man, for this the last edition of the World Cup? How many people were playing that?
So this World Cup, there was, I think the exact number was 1,431 players in the end, or 32 players.
1,400 players. It's massive.
Yeah, nearly 1,500. So that's 500 more than there was at the previous World Cup. So Lucca had 948 or something like that players. So every World Cup, it's growing and growing and getting bigger and bigger. And I think I'm right in saying that Lucca was already the biggest Games Workshop system. That tournament was already the biggest tournament for a Games Workshop system. So this one with 1,400 odd players is going to be for sure the biggest tournament ever for any Games Workshop system. So it's really good that Blood Bowl has got those sort of numbers. Because even your 40k tournaments, they don't bring that sort of number in.
No, I think the biggest 40k is the Las Vegas Open. I think it's around 5 to 700, something like that.
Yeah. But no, it's massive. It's double the size of that.
Yeah.
Obviously, the tables are smaller, so you can get more people in a small space. But yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, definitely. And besides the tournament, did they bring something different there during the event? So I don't know if you could buy some stuff. So GW was there supporting there, or no, it was a completely separate event from NAF. Okay,
so it is organized and run by the NAF, but it's not supported by Games Workshop at all. So there was no Games Workshop representation at this particular tournament. Previously, I think there was a little bit. It was the launch of the new computer game at that stage, Blood Bowl 2. They had that there, they had that displayed. But this time round, there was no Games Workshop there at all. There was a lot of third-party suppliers of miniatures, guys from Spain and Italy, I think a few other places, I think Germans.
Why do you think the GW was not present and supporting NAF?
I don't know.
Why they have this, this gap between them, this distance between them?
It's strange. They don't seem to support Blood Bowl at all, really. I think they support, obviously, the 40k Age of Sigmar, and then some of the other systems, they might support them for a bit, but they don't really seem to support Blood Bowl. It's strange. I know they do have a tournament at Warhammer World once a year. Mm-hmm. But outside of that, they don't really seem to do anything. So the NAF has its own thing. It's not affiliated to Games Workshop in any way. Yeah. They run their thing. They run pretty much all the international tournaments. They do the rankings. So they set this up and run it themselves. So yeah.
No, it's fantastic. It's fantastic the way that they are doing, right?
GW.
Sorry, come again?
Yeah, it is. It's amazing. So I think they have the verbal support of Games Workshop, but they don't actually do anything to physically support them. They don't supply them with money or sponsorship or anything like that. Prizes. So they have the support of them going, Games Workshop saying, we're happy with what you're doing, keep going. But that's about it.
Yeah, that's really strange. That's really strange.
It is strange because, with the
yeah,
numbers, you think that they would put some money behind it and support something which is clearly a very popular hobby.
yeah.
So, anyway.
Yeah, that's weird. It's really really weird. And having this like huge event. So how many days? 3 days of event.
So the games, the actual tournament is 3 days. You play 3 games each day, so it's quite tiring.
Yeah, I believe so. How many?
And
How
there
many?
was
Sorry,
on the
how many games per day?
3 games a day. So the
Three
entire
games a day.
tournament is 9 games.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a lot. There was a bit of a hiccup in the tournament, which we can get to, which meant we played 4 games in one day, which is a very tough to
Wow.
do. But yeah, I mean, the day before the World Cup actually starts, they have an opening ceremony, and there's a gathering where all the coaches get together and you have some drinks and you chat, and that's really nice. That was a good thing, which I don't think happened at the previous World Cup, which is something they did for this one, which was really good. That's one of the main reasons for me for going to the World Cup, is to meet up with all those players and coaches that I've talked to on Twitter, Facebook, through forum and that sort of thing. I mean, I met several guys that do podcasts from America, from the UK, that sort of thing, and you can chat to them and speak to them. It's really nice to meet them face to face. So yeah, that's certainly like the social part of it. Meeting all these different people is a big part of going there.
And how about
and you make friends? There's people there.
No, no, definitely. I think this is the most important thing for the community, to make friends, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, there's now I've made friends now where I can go to tournaments, perhaps in England or in Holland or in Italy, and they will happily say, "No, come sleep on my couch, or come sleep in my spare room, and we'll put you up." And they'll take you out to dinner, and it's really great that you have that sort of community in countries really far away from you, that you can actually go and and just go and have a good time, and there's people there who are going to look after you and care for you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and then just making those connections is great,
And if you want one day to come to Singapore, please come. You stay here at my couch, and we can play a lot of games.
Yeah, we would. It would be great. And of course, the same. If you ever come back to Johannesburg, there's a space for you.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what?
Yeah, it is.
Next year, I want to go back to Brazil for holidays, and probably I'm gonna stop in Joburg for 1 or 2 days just for a refresh,
Great.
and then maybe we can meet and play some game.
Absolutely, yeah. Maybe some board games or something nice and relaxed.
Yeah.
Very good.
Good. And buddy, tell me.
I mean, this is exactly it, though. Sorry, just saying, this is exactly is what Blood Bowl I find is so great, in that it creates these friendships even more than any of the other games I've played. Is that it creates these sort of friendships where people just are willing to open their homes and invite people in, and there's something about the game that seems to make friendships, which is great.
Yeah, that's cool. And what I was saying is, being like a huge event, like 3 days, 1,400 people playing. How was the infrastructure for that? So did you play in a stadium or in a hotel? What was that?
So we actually played in it was a convention center. So it was a massive hall.
Okay.
It was actually a hall where they've held in the past, I think earlier in the year or year before, something like the gymnastics world championships and that sort of thing. So if you imagine one of those really big halls where they can do all the gymnastics and things in it, we filled up one of those halls, and then we had a second hall next door, which we also filled up. So it was really huge in terms of the numbers. I'll send you some photos, which hopefully you can share with the guys, and they can actually see just how big the venues were. And this was it's a proper convention center, so it's out.
Fantastic.
I don't even know what size the whole place is, but it's a big proper setup. So it's not in a hotel or anything like that. A stadium would be fun, though.
Yeah.
We could actually play in a covered stadium with a roof on it. That would be awesome. Yeah, that would be really great.
and how was the score? How was the South African team score and rank position? How was that?
So I got to say, of my team, the team is made up of 6 coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Of those 6 coaches, I'm the only player who actually ever played in a World Cup before. So the other 5 were all rookies.
Okay.
and we went exactly 50%. We had 4 wins, 1 draw, and 4 defeats. So for guys who've never played in the World Cup before, I think that's a brilliant achievement.
Yes, it is.
In fact, we had one player, our best Swedish player, who actually was out of the 1,432 players. He came 12th, I think, was his final position. He played amazingly. He was brilliant. So
how was the position? Sorry, the sound.
Get up the rankings.
Yeah, how was the position? Sorry, can you repeat?
So our one player actually finished 12th overall.
12.
So he came, out of 1,400 odd people, he came 12th. So he really played well. He only lost 1 game and he drew 1 game in his entire tournament. So he won 7. Other than that, so he really did well.
Fantastic.
Myself, I got the first World Cup I went to. I won 4, drew 1, lost 4. So I had a 50% record. My goal for this World Cup was to beat that and have above 50%, which I just managed to do. I had 3 wins, 4 draws, and 2 defeats.
Wow!
So more draws than I wanted, but it was above 50% win record. So I was happy with that. Yeah.
And the team itself, the South African team was 50% average. The 50% I would say
overall. So
overall.
Yeah, so they won 4, lost 4, and drew 1.
Okay.
That was our overall. I think we finished 133rd out of 236 teams, so just below halfway. That was mostly due to, I think, our casualty record. We had the second most casualties against, so we took a lot of beatings.
Okay.
Overall, over the 3 days, we had a minus 52 casualty record. So I think we got beaten up a little bit, but we had an underworld team, so it's goblins and skavens, so they get beaten up a lot.
Yes.
We had 2 elf teams who tend to get beaten up quite a bit. We had a Norse team which can hurt people, but also tends to get hurt a lot. So we suffered a little bit of casualties there. But yeah.
And now, which team did you play?
I played with the Elven Union team.
Oh, the Elven Union. Did you win?
Pro Elves, whichever people call them these days. Yeah.
Okay, all right. And who won the tournament? Who won the tournament?
Overall, it was won by a French team.
French.
I'm actually going to look them up in 5 seconds for you. It was, so they won. Yeah, I'm just loading the page.
Okay.
And I can tell you. Here we go. I don't know if I'm going to pronounce the name right, but it's Amicale du Push Push is the name of the team.
Okay.
And they had a record of 8 wins, 1 draw, and no defeats. So they went undefeated the entire tournament.
Wow.
So they took the title from the previous guys who won it in Italy. It was an Italian team. I think they were Masters of Tilia was the name of that team. So they took the title. So it's the French have it. So good to see.
Wow, that's
see
fantastic.
if maybe one day Africa can steal it back.
To be honest, I thought the I would say the best team would be from maybe from United States or from England, but I was really I'm surprised to be like a French and Italian team playing Blood Bowl like that. That's nice.
There's a huge amount of French players, French, Italian, and Spanish. There's a lot of players, maybe even more than England.
Wow.
In terms of playing, I had somewhere the actual number of participants from each country. I don't know where that is anymore, though. I believe there was, actually, just talking about it. I think there was one guy, there he is, from Uruguay, actually played in the World Cup.
Wow, that's cool.
So I think he's the first South American to have actually played in the World Cup. So that's really cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
He was on a team with a bunch of Spanish guys.
That's cool.
So
that's fantastic.
So it's the numbers are really massive. It's quite surprising. I mean, from Italy, the team I played with, they're from Florence in the previous World Cup.
Okay. They're
all based in Florence. They brought 40 players just themselves from their own club across the World Cup. So they alone had 40 players. I think they had 5 teams or something each. Wow. So really cool. Really, there's a lot of players A lot of players out there.
And Jonathan, is it possible to watch some games online or something like that? Is there any place that we can find the games? If the guys from our audience, if they want to watch the games, is it possible?
So there is I might have to send you a link possibly after this. I know that the NAF have just put out a post where you can watch the games played on top of the best players, basically.
Okay.
I haven't had a look at it myself yet. I think I just saw the link actually earlier this morning. And maybe I should just send you that link and you can put it in the credits or something.
Yeah, please.
You can click on it and watch.
Yes.
So that's like a top-down camera of the pitch of the guys playing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. So that's of the actual World Cup. But I mean, if you just search on YouTube for Blood Bowl games, tabletop Blood Bowl games being played live, I'm sure you'll find a lot as well.
Yeah, definitely.
They definitely have seen some where they have commentary and all that sort of thing, which is actually quite entertaining.
Yeah, that it is. And do you also play online, or you only play the normal miniature game?
I do play online, not as much. I play. So I do play some just random games on opponents overseas, and then we also have our own local league where we play online with mostly South African players. We do invite other people to come and join it now and then, people that, friends who have played in the league and things like that. But not so much online. We play more tabletop than the online game.
And
I know there's guys.
Huh?
I was saying, I know there's guys overseas. A lot of the guys I play must play 2 or 3 games every day online. They're always playing.
Wow.
So they play so many games. Like the amount of practice they get in is incredible.
Yes.
So we can't put in that amount of time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
No, I try to play one online league here in Singapore, but I have to give up because it was so time consuming, and then I couldn't play anymore. So I was really sad about that. Yeah. But I played one tournament here. The score was really bad. I didn't play well, but I won the best painted arm team. I won that with my orcs.
Yeah, that's always good.
With my orange orcs.
No, they're a great team.
Yeah. And
I remember them. They're really cool.
Yeah. About painting. So do you like painting too? Oh.
Yeah, I do. I enjoy painting. Yeah. So I've won a few awards for painting for my teams, like best painted in tournaments and those sort of things. So it is one of the things I enjoy about the hobby in general.
Okay. So So do you have anything that you are currently working?
I'm going to start a Chaos team. That I'm going to start painting up. That was not the official Games Workshop team. That was from, I think it's Grebo Miniatures, that I ordered on a Kickstarter. So I'm going to be painting them up. I have lots of teams to paint up, actually. I've got too many teams. I also want to paint up there's a team I got from I'm just looking to my right, there's a bunch of teams down there. There's the team I bought at the World Cup, which is an Underworld team, which is really cute with the Skaven and Goblins, but they're sculpted very differently to the way GW does it, so I need to paint those as well. That's going to be a fun team. And then there's lots.
And there is a bunch of companies.
But those are the 2 projects.
There is a bunch of companies producing Blood Bowl miniatures out there, right?
Yeah, there's a lot. It's you just do a simple search on Google and you'll find a whole lot of those guys producing miniatures. There's at least 4 or 5 that I could think of just offhand.
That's cool. That's cool.
There's a lot of guys, and they do really good work. They have a different style to Games Workshop, which is nice because you have something which is unique, so it's not going to look the same as everyone else's team.
Yeah.
They generally are more expensive, and they're usually metal. Of course, you have to get them shipped in, and it's never cheap shipping to anywhere outside of Europe.
Yeah.
But it's worth it for now and then for the individual team. They're still not that expensive. They maybe, a basic Games Workshop box is actually very cheap to buy a box of the plastics. These are usually for a full team of 16, is usually going to cost you maybe 3 times the price of a Games Workshop box, but you get a full 16 team, which is unique.
Yeah.
As opposed to Games Workshop, which gives you 12 players, and then you've got to go buy more. So it's probably a little bit more than, or just under double the cost of actually getting a full team versus Games Workshop. So it's not the cheap option, but it's
good.
Yeah, they are unique.
Good.
Different, so that's cool. Yeah.
All right, great. Jonathan, I think we are coming to the end of our interview here, and I want to ask you one final question. It's not like a question, but kind of a tip for the new players, for the people that wants to start Blood Bowl, how they should start.
Yeah.
In your opinion, and what's the best way to start playing Blood Bowl?
So I think it depends. If you've got some sort of community already active out there that you can go and join and watch a couple of games and perhaps get a practice game against another coach, that's always a good way just to get a feel for the game. Get someone to teach you the basics of how it's played. And then you can understand how the game works, and then you can look at all the different teams and decide what you want to play. I think that's a good start. Otherwise, certainly the best way to get started is just to buy the starter box. I mean, it's a great price. What you get 2 teams, you get everything you need to play the game. And you and a friend can buy that and actually just start playing against each other. I think for me, it's just finding a couple of people and playing games. So once you've got a couple, 2 or 3, 4 friends, whatever, and then you can actually play each other. You don't need a huge amount of people to play. So it's a matter of just initially understanding how the game plays, and then looking for the team which really speaks to you. You know, do you like playing elves, which are jumping and throwing the ball and all that sort of thing all over the place, but die a lot? Or do you want to have something like dwarves who almost never get hurt, but they're slow and hard? Something in between the humans, which can do a bit of hitting things, but can also throw the ball and can run. So I think it's a matter of playing around with a few options and really just finding something that you enjoy. So it's not about picking the team which is the best race. This is the best race out there, and I have to play them if I'm going to win. Because it's actually not the case. In Blood Bowl, a good coach can win with any of the teams, really. Even the worst teams like Halflings and Goblins, a good coach can win with them. It's harder. But you'll find a good coach with an average to even slightly near bottom skill team will still beat average player with a good team, if you know what I mean. So a lot of it comes down to the coaching. And there's luck. Of course, if the dice don't like you, then there's not much you can do. Yeah. But I would say, first things, it's to actually find, if there is a community, if there's a games club near you that are playing, go in and watch a couple of games and ask the guys there about it. And I'm quite sure that they would be more than happy to teach a new player how to play, show him or her the ropes and just how things work.
Good.
Yeah, and get a feel for it. If you already know that you love playing the game, you've already been introduced to it, then definitely buy the starter set. I think that's the best route. And if there's no one around, set up your own league. Get some friends together and get them to start playing. That's pretty much what I've done. When I started playing, there was no one around. I set up and played games with my own teams against myself just to learn how to play. Got a couple of friends interested. We started playing, and then eventually, many, many, many years later, I actually started proper leagues at one of the games club, the war zones, and that sort of thing. And it just grows from there.
Okay.
So that would be my recommendation, definitely.
Very good, very good. Yeah, I think this is I agree. I completely agree with you. This is the best way to start. What I would add to your recommendation is try to also learn. I think on the internet and YouTube, I think we can find a lot of things on how to start, better strategies, right, tactics, and all these things. It helped me a lot, actually. I started with Orcs team because they were kind of a basic team to start, and I tried to read a lot of things on the internet, and I'm still playing with my Orcs. I like the style, and I think it's something that can help a lot, right, for those they're starting to play now. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, there's a couple of really good channels there that you can go and actually view and watch tactics. There's some really good players out there who are quite incredible. So there's a lot to be learned from them. Yeah. All right. Good. Cool. My friend, I think that's it. Thank you very much for your time. It was really, really nice to chat with you here. I think it has been quite some time, maybe almost 2 years since our last conversation.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I'm still in the South Africa WhatsApp group. I'm still there. I still read the
Yes, we see you.
yeah. I still read the messages and see the pictures of the teams and everything.
Yeah.
But I'm still also involved in a lot of WhatsApp groups here in Singapore and in Brazil. So it was a pleasure. I would say it was a pleasure to have you here. And I want to wish all the best to you and all the best to the South African team. Please send my regards to all of them. And I hope to go back and play one day.
You say hi.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you. Yeah, it's been a pleasure chatting. It's been really good.
All right. Good. And I hope everybody enjoys this conversation. We're gonna put here some pictures of the tournament and about the teams and everything. And that's it. I hope all of you enjoy a bit about our first international interview. All right? Okay.
It's been an honor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All the best.
Cool.
Bye-bye.
Yes, thank you.